Hi viewers, I'm Abhijit
And I'm Adya.
and today we are going to continue our fraction series, right?
Yes.
So what we are going to learn today?
Addition, subtraction, and multiplication and division of fractions.
Okay, so how we add fractions?
Well, to add fractions,
Mm-hmm.
you need to make the denominator common.
Okay.
Like, say, 2/5 plus 3/10.
Mm-hmm.
If you can't find the lowest common denominator, you can multiply them together. But 5 times 2 is 10. So you can do 10, and then since I multiplied 5 and 2, I have to multiply 2 and 2. So it will be 4/10 plus 3/10, and we do not add the denominators. We only add the numerators if the denominator are the same. And my answer will be 7/10.
So as Adu explained, so in addition, we have to make the denominator common. Do you know why? So say if I have to add 1/4 plus 3/8, for example.
Yes.
So to make things common is like you cannot add apple to oranges, right? You have to have same thing. So what you do in addition, first you draw a straight line and find a common denominator.
In this case, it's 8 because 8 times 1 8.
Exactly. So in this case, and that's what some of the students, what they will do is, in some methods you could multiply it together, which is also fine.
But it's a bit long.
It could make you denominator big, and then you have to simplify the fraction. So it will add additional step in the calculations.
And some people do 8 times 2 and 4 times 4.
Thing is the fine. So basically, to make a common denominator, so because this is a multiple of 4,
Yes.
so I will use 8. But what I'm doing is, I'm making this fraction so as my denominator is 8. So I'm writing 1/4 as 2/8.
Yes, because 4 times 2 is 8 and
Yes.
1 times 2 is 2.
So we multiplied this fraction by a common number. Like we said, it has to be the same number. So numerator is multiplied by 2. Denominator is also multiplied by 2. So that gives me, in a sense, 2/8 plus 3/8. That will be 5/8.
Yes.
So how we write it when we are solving it? The common denominator, so longer line. See, at the moment this is independent line. This line is for this fraction. This is for this fraction. This line is bigger, so you know you are not adding denominator again and again.
Yes.
Because sometimes kids can make mistake that you could add the denominator twice, which will be wrong. So you have a common denominator,
8.
and so the numerator for this fraction was 2, and numerator for this fraction was
3.
So it gives you
5/8.
5/8. Shall we do some more examples?
Oh,
Good.
yeah.
Right, so let's try some more examples, okay?
Yes.
So this one, solve it and explain as well, please.
Because the denominators are the same, so you don't add the denominators, but the numerators are different, so you have to add the numerators. 2 plus 3 is 5, 5/5 or 1/2.
Okay, fair. And this one?
This one, just a minute.
A few moments later.
Can you explain what you have done there?
It's because 5 and 7, the lowest common multiple is 35.
Mm-hmm.
So 35 is as my denominator, and because I multiplied 5 by 7, I have to do that to 2, so that is 14, and I multiplied 7 by 5, and I must do that to 3, so 3 times 5 is 15. 14 plus 15 is 29, and the 35 is the same.
Fine, but just to explain a little bit more, so what you have done here is, so to make the denominator common, because they both are in, the lowest common multiple would be 35. So in case, so what they have done here is, look at this fraction. So you multiply numerator and denominator by the same number. So that will give you 2 times 7 and 5 times 7. So this fraction becomes 14 divided by 35. 14 and 35. Similarly, if you look at this fraction, so you did multiply by 5 and by both by the same number, so that will give you 15 by 35, right? And so what you can do is one common line, denominator common, and rest is what you have done here. So this is basically what we have done, right? Right, so let's come on to our last example of addition.
Okay. So my denominator will be 9 because 9 is a multiple of 3. So I keep the 2 plus I multiply 3 by 3, so I have to do that to 2.
Okay.
And then 6 is 8 over 9. So my answer will be 8 ninths.
Clear? Good. One thing to remember is addition and subtraction in most of the things goes in pair. Multiplication and division goes in pair.
Yes.
What I mean by that is, so when you add, the logic which you will use while addition would be the same when you will be doing the subtraction. So do you know how the subtraction would work?
The subtraction is just exactly the same as the addition, but you just subtract the numerators instead of add the numerators.
So can you please explain how we would solve these subtraction problems?
So for 9 and 5, the first common multiple will be 45.
Okay.
And I have to multiply 9 by 5 to get 45 by 7. So it will become 35. Subtract 27.
Okay. And this is where, if you practice mental maths, your calculations would become easier, because this cheeky bugger, she is not as good in mental maths at the moment.
Hey! How dare you?
You will learn, it's fine. But this was a simple thing, okay? Mental maths is really important. Simple addition, simple subtraction, and this is the live examples where it could help you. Right?
Yes.
Okay, solve this one, please.
Seventeen 84ths is my answer.
So if you're stuck and if you don't know, then the easiest thing is, if you multiply these two together, you will get the common denominator.
Yeah.
But this should be kind of your last step. Why? Because, for example, if I give you 7 by 21 minus, say, 3 by 7.
Well, that's easy because 21 is a multiple of 7.
Exactly. So in this case, you don't have to multiply. You could still do it. It will still give you the answer, but your denominator will be big. Then you are be dealing with bigger numbers. Your calculations will be bigger, and it will waste time.
And sometimes the answer may be incorrect.
Because it's likely that you can make mistake during calculations. So you have to see whether these two denominators are multiple of each other. So in this case, what will be the answer, Adu?
The answer.
I know this was a tricky one, but the logic is still the same, because what she has done is, to make it 21, if you multiply both things by 3, that gives you 9, and that gives you 21. So basically you're subtracting a lower number from a bigger number. So that will be minus 2 by 21. Okay?
Are you allowed to have like negative numbers?
You can have negative fractions.
Oh.
In certain cases, but you will learn that one later, okay? But the principle remains the same.
Yeah.
Okay?
Subtract.
So now comes to the multiplication and division. Okay? I'll let you explain multiplications.
Multiplication is the easiest, because say if you have 2/5 times by 3/8, you might just think that you have to make the denominator common, but you don't have to. You just multiply the numerator and multiply the denominators and simplify if needed. So it would become 6/40, and you can simplify that further to become 3/20. Sometimes in multiplication, like 2/3 times by 5/6, the diagonal ones, say like 2 and 6 for example, if they are multiples of each other, you can simplify them, so it will become 1/3, and then 3 times 3 is 9, and 1 times 5 is 5. It will give you 5/9.
So you touch base on a really good trick here, which is really, really important. But we are going to cover this into our advanced techniques. Okay, so advanced solving tech. So I'm just writing it here so we don't forget about this one.
Okay.
But this is something which will be used on pretty much most of the questions when
Unless
you
if
solve.
it's like this.
Yeah, unless it is like this one, right? And what about division?
Division.
So we have done addition, we have done subtractions. They kind of goes in pair. We've done multiplications. What about division?
Division. Wait 1 second. So to do division of fractions, you have to take the second fraction and switch it around. So then it will become 2/3 times 5/1. You can write 5 as 5/1 because that's how you can write whole numbers as fractions. So you just do the multiplication and that will give you your answer, which is 10/3 will be your answer.
So this is good. So basically what we do in division, the easiest way to calculate is look at the division and the second fraction. You flip them around. Okay. So when you flip them, you have to change it to multiplications and you flip the fractions. That will become 5 by 1.
Yes.
And then is simple multiplication, which is easiest. Say let's pick 3 by 7 divided by 5/8. So how would you do it?
So you have to take the division and the 5/8 and switch it around. So it will become 3/7 times by 8/5. Since none of the diagonal numbers are multiples, you can just straightaway multiply. 24/35 will be your answer to this question.
Well done. And let's cover the advanced solving technique in the end. Okay.
Yes.
So we have done addition, subtraction, multiplication, division. Do you want to give a quick recap? So for addition and subtractions, what we do?
So for addition and subtraction, we have to make the denominator common, and then you can add or subtract the numerators.
Well done.
For multiplication, you just multiply the numerators and the denominators. For division, you take the divide sign and the second fraction and just flip it over, and that will give you your answer.
Well done.